Stop. Before you sign that car finance deal, do me a favour, watch this video. And if you still want that car and the payment, fine. But I promise I'm going to make you think twice. That's my goal here. And if you watch my videos, this might be a bit like I'm preaching to the choir, but maybe you've been sent this video by someone. And let me tell you, that person cares about you. So do them the favour and just hear me out. For most of us, and I'm included in this, we grow up not really knowing much or being taught much about personal finance. It just wasn't part of what was learned at school, and the data suggests that's never really changed. If you got lucky, maybe you had a savvy parent that would teach you a bit about money and debt and interest, things like that, but most of us don't. We're left to figure it out for ourselves. Some of us never do. For my generation, and it might be different for yours, the done thing, the encouraged thing was to go off to college or university. That used to be the way to get a good, high-paying job. Now it's at college or university where we start to get conditioned into this life of debt. Often for a nonsense unemployable degree, but that's an entirely different story, different video altogether. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not having a go at anyone here. I lived this life. I took the student loan debt, I've had the maxed out credit card, been there and got the t-shirt. And it was normal. Everyone that I knew was the same. Not only students, everyone that I knew was in the same position, which is how we've ended up at, £80 billion and counting of credit card debt in this country. Anyway, you graduate, you get a job, maybe, if you're lucky, and you get a place to stay. And, I need a fridge freezer. Don't worry, you can get finance on that. Then you need a sofa. Great finance deals there as well. Then you need to go on holiday. Get a personal loan for that. Christmas is coming up, just use Klarna. The debt begins to compound. That same mentality kicks in anytime a purchase is required. And then, of course, you need a car, don't you? At least once a week, I'll speak to someone, right, looking for car advice on one of my one-to-one calls that I do. And what they'll say is, okay, I've got £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 for not a car, a deposit. Okay, so I'll, ride the bus to the next stop. How much is the car? And sometimes it'll be something like a used £9,000, £10,000 car. Other times it'll be like, a brand new Audi A3 at like the £35,000, £40,000 mark that some salesman's trying to talk them into. And don't get me wrong, it's one thing if it transpires they've got a bit of money there and they just don't want to spend it all in one go. So that in a low rate finance deal can make sense. However, it's never the case. Never the case. It's always that £3,000, £4,000, £5,000, however much it is all the money that they have. And rather than buy a car at that value, save up and get something better later, this finance mentality that we're conditioned to from a young age kicks in once again, and they're willing to add on another £400-500 monthly payment to the debt pile. What this accumulation of debt does, and why it's so dangerous in my opinion, is because it makes you stuck. Always chasing your tail just to keep your head above water. It becomes so difficult to save money that could be used to work towards the life that you want to live. And this isn't me just speaking hypothetically, I've lived this life. If all you're ever doing is running on that debt treadmill, you're stuck. So if you work in some shitty job that you hate, tough. You need to keep working it to pay those loans. You want to launch that dream business that you've always thought about? Tough. You've got bills to pay. You stay in a bad bit of town. You want to move somewhere better for you and your family? Tough. Because all of these things, they require a bit of money in reserve. And that's just it. Acquiring a bit of wealth isn't about fancy holidays or Rolexes or the latest model parked on the driveway to impress the neighbours, keep up with the Joneses. It's about having options and the freedom to live life the way you want to live it, or at least work towards that life. It provides optionality, I guess is what I'm saying. Now, for most of us, out with a house, which would likely appreciate anyway, a car is the biggest purchase we'll ever make. So it's got potential to be the most detrimental piece of debt that we take on. And to make matters worse, what we're up against here is a masterful industry designed to make a new car seem like the rational choice. Deposit contributions, free servicing, loyalty bonuses. It's all to suck you in and get you justifying in your own head that a new car or a nearly new car is the way forward. You'll pay for it in the long run, believe me. Then there's the cars themselves. Something we speak a lot about on the channel. The finite nature of modern cars. The engineered obsolescence that manufacturers are now building in. The overbearing complexity in software that keeps you tied to the main dealer. 30 years ago, a brand new Honda Civic wouldn't have been such a terrible idea. Costs were a lot lower, and if you looked after it, you'd probably still have it today, and it'd still be worth a bit of money. I've got one sat in the courtyard over there, not far off that age. But nowadays, that kind of survivability, forget it. They're not intended to make it past, let's say, the second owner. They'll see the warranty period out and that's it. They are pretty much done at that point. And it's all about keeping you on that hamster wheel. Take it back, trade it in, roll the negative equity that you now have into another new car, another new finance deal, and there you go. The cycle continues. The debt snowballs. It is a brutal reality for a lot of people. So, what's the alternative? What else can you do? Well, let me say this. If you've gotten this far and you're thinking, well, I earn good money, my eyes are open, I know what I'm getting into, I know I can afford the repayments, and I really want to go for this car, then go for it. And I say that completely without malice. I completely subscribe to this idea that we're only here once and you need to go after what you want. But for me, that's the whole point. I don't want to spend it making finance payments. The good news is, there's a ton of good reliable options out there for your £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 deposit, which we're now going to start looking at as a budget, by the way, not deposit. And I make loads of videos on exactly that topic, what you should buy, what you shouldn't buy for any given budget. So if you are interested, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and you'll see them pop up from time to time. I'm also going to make a series on doing basic maintenance, oil changes, simple fixes and so on. So if you're thinking, well, if I buy an older car, I'm a bit worried about maintenance or things going wrong, well, I'll take you through that as well. So again, hit the subscribe button. Now, if you do go off and buy something, please do keep in mind our channel sponsor is Vehicle Score. And the reason I mention is they provide 20% off all HPI checks. And that'll show you if any used car that you're thinking about buying has got any skeletons in its closet. But as ever, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I've spoken to a lot of people recently who've done exactly this, ditched the car payment, simplified their life. And if you're one of them, please do let me know in the comments section below. As ever, folks, take care, and I'll see you in a few days' time.